Welcome to the Teacher In-Service for Transition to Life. Transition to Life is a life skills and transition curriculum for mild to moderate special needs high school students. This in-service is intended for teachers who have already purchased the curriculum and are looking for information on how to begin. If you are simply looking for an overview of the curriculum, please visit our website at www.transitiontolife.com. My name is Susan Traugh, and I am the author of the series. During the next 20 minutes or so, I hope to answer any questions you might have regarding implementing and using Transition to Life. However, if there is something that you still have questions about after you've viewed this in-service, please contact me. To that end, I suggest that you have your teacher's manual handy so that you can take any notes and follow along, also a pencil and paper so that you can write down any questions you might have. Send them to me at the end of this broadcast to kiducation@cox.net. If you didn't get that address, don't worry, we'll show it at the end of the video also. Let me begin by introducing myself. A former classroom teacher, I have my master's degree in curriculum development and have been writing educational materials for some 20 years with my husband, Stephen. Our Mother Goose Brain Boost uses the latest in brain research to teach core academics to the preschool set and won Learning Magazine's 2007 Teacher's Choice Award. Other long-standing series include Music and Movement in the Classroom, which teaches core curriculum through music and movement, and Voices of American History, which uses first-person accounts and music to teach history. All of our work has been targeted to at-risk or special needs students, or toward different approaches of teaching general classroom teachers. Finally, my Sex Smarts, You and Your Sexuality, is a high-low book appropriate for middle and high school students and written on a 5th grade level. But Transition to Life is personal for me, for I'm also the mother of 3 of the most remarkable kids to walk the planet, all of whom have one or more disabilities. Like so many teachers and parents, I was so focused on helping my oldest son pass the exit exam and graduate that I tunneled in on academics. Then when he graduated, I realized how many life skills he was missing. Cheryl Doe is a special education specialist, and she was my son's teacher. Like me, she had a disabled son who left school without the life skills that he needed. So we sat down together, and this book was born. Let's look at what's here. When you purchase the program, you will get a bound teacher's manual, like this, and a student disc, like this. You may use the disc to print out copies based on the number of licenses you have purchased. You may print out the entire manual to use in a semester or school year, or you may choose to use just one lesson or unit at a time over the course of the 3-year transition period. How you use the program is entirely up to you and the needs of your students. However, by having your students complete the entire program, you will be providing them with a valuable resource that they can carry with them once they have graduated and moved out into the world. At first glance, you'll note that we tried to make all the pages airy and full of blank space. Many of your students may find print-rich materials hard to use, so we tried to make as many fill-in-the-blanks, quick and easy questions, and answers as possible. We also tried to make the pages feel fun and friendly. Both the font and the illustrations are teen-approved, in that our pilot group critiqued and approved several versions before we came up with a finished product. And while pictures are in color when you buy the disc, they've also been selected so that they photocopy well in black and white. This book is written on a middle 3rd to low 4th grade level. When the reading level goes up, it is usually because of titles like the Young, Brigg, Myers assessment, or inserts like a bus or train schedule. But while the vocabulary is low, we try to respect the maturity of your students. Beginning with the table of contents in the teacher's manual, you will see that the units are numbered individually according to unit. That is, Unit 1, Who Am I?, is numbered 1 through 16. Then Unit 2, Transportation, begins again with 1. The name of each unit precedes the numbers, so you can keep track. But we numbered the book so that you may give students as few or as many units as you like each year without their becoming confused with page numbering. Pages 7 through 9 of your manual explain how to set up the books. We suggest you use a 2-inch pocket view binder. The truth of the matter is everything fits in a 1.5-inch binder, but it's tight. And once you put the transcripts and the IEPs in, it can be too frustrating for your students to try and go through the pages. I like the bright colored vinyl pocket dividers. You need 8 sections. Each of the different colors makes it easy to see the different units. Again, all this information is in your manual. As you begin a unit with your kids, check out the front of the teacher's manual. We've listed all the things that you need to do for that unit. For example, for Unit 1, Who Am I?, we suggest that you inform your students' general classroom teachers that the students will be practicing self-advocacy that month. A memo to the teachers is included for your use for this kind of notification. We also warn you that the students will need copies of their IEPs. That way, should you need to budget for photocopying, you know what's coming. Finally, your students will be asked to obtain and complete a voter registration card during this unit. We all know that some of our kids would never pick up that card by themselves. So we give you a heads up so you can grab a few at the library or at the DMV so that you have them on hand. At the end of each unit is a teacher's note. This checklist provides another quick list so that you may see what you need to do to facilitate the unit while providing an overview of concepts addressed in that unit. The color cover and spine are on the disc. If it's in your budget, color copies on the front of the book will make it more inviting. But again, the pictures photocopy well in gray tones also. I would suggest that you create the binders before beginning the first unit. That way you have a place to store things as your students finish each of the units. Copy the table of contents, put it in the front of the book so that your students can see the big picture. There's a PowerPoint presentation on our website, www.transitiontolife.com, that you may download and use to introduce your students to the program. Like the program itself, it's short and sweet, but will give your students an idea of what the program is about. Should you want to use the presentation at back to school night or at another parent meeting, it would give parents a nice overview of the program.